are all starting with prepositions. And so I want to make sure we all know what a preposition is. And so we see in the word preposition the word position. And so it's a word that shows the position of a noun or a pronoun. And it can show the position in time. For example, in the morning, in is the preposition. It can show place. For example, at the fair. At is our preposition. And it can also show direction. For example, towards Canada. Towards is our preposition. So there are a bunch of different prepositions that show, position in time, and these are just a select few of the prepositions, but it's usually just a word that shows position. That's really how you can kind of check to see if it's a preposition. You can ask yourself, does this show position? And, if it doesn't, then it might not be a preposition. So a prepositional phrase is a group of words that starts with a preposition, and it includes a noun or pronoun. And sometimes it includes a modifier. So that noun or pronoun that the prepositional phrase includes is called the object of the preposition. And so while the modifier is not necessary to make the prepositional phrase, the object of the preposition is. It has to have that to be a prepositional phrase. So in this example here, we have she drove to the organic grocery store. To is our preposition showing direction. The organic, which is a modifier, it's describing the grocery store, so it's an adjective. And our object of the preposition, our noun, is the grocery store. And so that is our object of that preposition. We've got our preposition, our modifier, and then our object of the preposition. So in these examples, so after several minutes, we located the key for the door. I highlighted the prepositions. So after is a preposition, showing position in time. And for is a preposition also that shows position. This one is actually called position of agency. It's, which, and it's describing the noun, the key. And so for would be a pronoun. That's a little bit complicated. I won't give you questions like that to complete. And then on this example, the flock of birds flew over the trees. So of is one of our prepositions, and over is one of our prepositions showing position. So after several minutes, what we want to do, the next step before we go forward, we want to identify all of our nouns and our verbs. And so here we've got nouns, minutes, the key, the door, the flock, birds, the trees, and then we've got two verbs, located and flew. And only one adjective. So here I've mapped this out. So this is our prepositional phrase. We've got after several minutes, and several is our modifier describing minutes, and minutes is our noun, our object of that prepositional phrase. And so that is the prepositional phrase, and then we located the key for the door. So for is our preposition, and the door is our object of the preposition. And then the flock of birds, and so of describes birds, and birds is our noun, our object of the preposition. And then over the trees, and the trees is our noun, our object of the preposition, and over is our preposition showing where the birds are in position to the trees. So the prepositional phrases can either be adverbs or they can be adjectives, and it depends on what they are modifying. And so this first phrase here, after several minutes, is describing how long they did the verb in the sentence. So this is an adverbial phrase. Here, this is a phrase that describes the key. It's, which key? It's the key for the door. So this would be an adjective phrase. Similarly, here we've got the flock of birds, and so this is describing the flock. It's, a flock of what? Flock of birds. Whereas this example is describing the verb, where they flew. They flew over the trees. So this would be an adverb. So the steps to identifying prepositional phrases. We want to identify those nouns and verbs and any adjectives, and those will help us determine what those phrases are modifying and if there's any modifiers within the prepositional phrase. And then we want to try and find our prepositions. And again, those are words that show position in place, time, or direction. So the next step, we want to identify the object of the preposition. So what is the noun in that prepositional phrase? Then see if there are any modifiers to that noun. Are there any adjectives that are describing that noun in the prepositional phrase? So a couple more examples. So my family enjoys the pizza place with the famous pizza. So here we have my is a pronoun, family is a noun, enjoys is a verb, the is a noun, pizza is an adjective describing the place. It's a pizza place with the famous pizza. Famous is our another adjective. And so here that should be a pronoun, verb, noun, and then here we've got our prepositional phrase. And so noun, verb, and our prepositional phrase, and it's got a modifier in it. So here we've got our prepositional phrase with our modifier, and that should say object of the preposition. And here we've got a prepositional phrase without a modifier, and so that just has the object of the preposition and the preposition. Here we've got the preposition, the modifier, and the object of the preposition all in this prepositional phrase, into the blue sky. All right, so now you are going to complete the Google form on prepositional phrases. You may want to open up the slides presentation that I just went through to help you complete the Google form. And so I did link in the presentation to those slides that I just went through. And so if you want to go back and take a look at any of those slides while you're going through that Google form, I would suggest using split screen or multiple windows so that you can see both at once. If you have any questions, you can email me or you can jump into my office hours, which are Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 3:15 to 4. All right, see you later.